a massive sinkhole opened up right in their West Houston neighborhood.
10-foot long, 30-foot deep sinkhole in Dallas,
causing a sinkhole on a county road in Smith County.
How to fix a sinkhole.
Welcome to a journey deep into the heart of Texas and beyond, where land and history collide in fascinating and sometimes perilous ways. Today, we're unpacking an array of geological wonders and hazards that shape not only the landscape of Texas, but extend their influence into everyday life. We'll start with the eerie Wink sinkholes, vast chasms near Wink and Kermit, Texas, birthed from relentless oil drilling. These colossal voids have been slowly, but surely, consuming the landscape since 1980, standing as a testament to both human ingenuity and nature's unpredictability. We travel to the bustling Houston Ship Channel, a lifeline for Texas's economy, yet shadowed by the ever-present danger of hazardous material transport. This vital artery mirrors the delicate dance between progress and safety as nearby communities watch closely. Our adventure continues underground, exploring Texas's limestone caves, from the enchanting formations of the Caverns of Sonora to the dramatic discovery of a cave system beneath a family's Central Texas property. These subterranean realms attract spelunkers and scientists alike, challenging us to protect these hidden worlds. We'll also confront natural threats from afar, like the roaring eruptions of Mexico's Papacatl Volcano, sending ash clouds over Texas, or spotlight the intriguing allure and chilling dangers of Jacob's Well's underwater passages. Join us as we unravel these tales entwined with history, geology, and the human spirit. Before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And now, let's dive in. Number 10. Wink Sinks. In the wide-open spaces of West Texas near the small towns of Wink and Kermit, the ground hides a mystery that continues to grow, literally. Locals call them the Wink Sinks. These enormous sinkholes have fascinated geologists, worried landowners, and sparked curiosity across the state. The first sinkhole appeared suddenly in 1980. It opened just outside Wink, creating a massive crater nearly 360 feet across. At the time, people were stunned. But just as the region adjusted to this strange new landmark, another sinkhole opened in 2002, this one even larger. The second crater, located less than a mile from the first, stretched over 900 feet wide. The two sinkholes sit atop land once used heavily for oil and gas production. Decades of underground drilling and water removal weakened the salt layers below the surface. As water was pumped out, empty spaces were left behind. Over time, the weight of the surface caused the ground to collapse, forming the massive holes we see today. Today, the Wink Sinks continue to shift. Satellite images and ground surveys show that the land between the two craters is slowly moving. Geologists from Southern Methodist University have studied the area for years. Their findings suggest that even more sinkholes could open in the future. In fact, one researcher described the region as a geological ticking time bomb. Despite the risks, Texans living nearby show remarkable resilience. They continue working, raising families, and living their lives, while keeping a cautious eye on the land. The sinkholes have even become a point of local pride, strange landmarks that attract curious travelers and geology buffs from around the country. The state has taken steps to monitor the area more closely. Advanced radar systems track subtle changes in the ground's surface. Scientists hope this data will help predict future collapses and keep people safe. But nature doesn't always follow a schedule, and the Wink Sinks remain as unpredictable as they are massive. From the air, the sinkholes look like craters left by something from another planet. Up close, they are quiet, eerie, and strangely beautiful. Surrounded by the silence of the Texas desert, they remind us of the power hidden beneath our feet and the importance of understanding the land we live on. Texans have always shown a deep connection to their land. Whether farming, drilling, or protecting it, they face its challenges with strength and determination. The Wink Sinks are just one more chapter in Texas's long story of discovery, resilience, and awe-inspiring natural wonders. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever heard of the Wink Sinks before today? Would you visit a giant sinkhole just to see it with your own eyes? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. Number 9. Houston Ship Channel. Stretching for more than 50 miles along the Gulf Coast, The Houston Ship Channel is one of the busiest waterways in the United States. Every day, tankers, barges, and cargo ships move through its waters, delivering fuel, chemicals, and goods that power the state and the nation. It's a symbol of Texas industry, bold, massive, and unstoppable. The channel connects Houston to the sea and serves as the lifeline for one of the largest petrochemical complexes in the world. Thousands of storage tanks, refineries, and processing plants line its shores. These facilities produce gasoline, plastics, fertilizers, and more. They help drive the economy and keep millions of people employed. But behind this power and productivity is a danger that never sleeps. The Houston Ship Channel is home to highly hazardous materials. One accident, just one spark, one leak, one explosion could trigger a disaster on a scale that's hard to imagine. Fires, toxic clouds, chemical spills, all of it is possible. It's not just a risk in theory. Over the years, there have been fires, plant explosions, and chemical leaks. Black smoke has darkened the skies. Residents in nearby communities have been forced to shelter in place. Air and water have been contaminated. The danger is real and it's ongoing. Texas is proud of its energy leadership. No other state produces more oil or handles more industrial cargo. But that leadership comes with responsibility. The concentration of chemical facilities near residential neighborhoods puts thousands of families in harm's way. Schools, homes, and hospitals all sit within reach of potential danger. The channel also feeds directly into Galveston Bay, one of the richest coastal ecosystems in the country. A major spill could poison marine life, destroy fisheries, and pollute beaches across the Texas coast. The long-term damage could take decades to repair. Texans are tough. We know how to work with the land and the sea, but this is a threat that hides in plain sight. Behind fences, inside tanks, and beneath pipelines. It's a risk we live with every day, whether we see it or not. Engineers and regulators do their best to monitor safety, but the aging infrastructure, growing demand, and rising sea levels only make the challenge harder. Hurricanes bring added risk, pushing storm surge right into the heart of the channel. A direct hit could be catastrophic. Still, Texans remain resilient. We don't give up when faced with danger. We adapt, prepare, and rebuild. The Houston Ship Channel is part of our strength, but also part of our responsibility. We must keep watch, stay informed, and never take safety for granted. Have you ever driven past the Houston Ship Channel and thought about what's stored behind those fences? Do you think Texas is doing enough to protect its people and environment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 8. Caverns of Sonora. Did you know that exploring caves is not just a hobby, but an entire scientific discipline called speleology? This fascinating field focuses on studying the geology, biology, and ecosystems of caves, as well as their historical and cultural significance. While early cave explorations in the United States were often driven by sheer curiosity, the field began to formalize in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with adventurers and scientists working together to uncover the mysteries of the underground world. Organizations like the National Speleological Society, founded in 1941, helped transform cave exploration into a serious science. With advancements in technology, such as improved lighting, climbing equipment, and 3D mapping, speleologists have been able to delve deeper into caves, discovering new species, studying ancient formations, and even gaining insights into climate history. Today, speleology plays a vital role in both science and conservation, ensuring that these fragile environments are protected for future generations. One of the most extraordinary examples of what speleology has uncovered can be found deep in the heart of Texas, the mesmerizing Caverns of Sonora. The Caverns of Sonora, located just outside the small town of Sonora, are a breathtaking display of nature's artistry. Known for their extraordinary crystal formations, these caves have earned a reputation as a must-see destination for anyone fascinated by the beauty of the underground world. The story of the Caverns of Sonora begins millions of years ago. Like many caves in Texas, they were formed through the slow dissolution of limestone by acidic water. Over time, this process created vast chambers and intricate passageways, which became adorned with stunning mineral formations. The most unique and abundant of these formations are helictites, delicate crystals that defy gravity by growing in all directions. This phenomenon is one of the features that makes the Caverns of Sonora truly special. The caves were discovered in the early 1900s by local ranchers who stumbled upon the entrance while searching for water. However, their full beauty wasn't revealed until the 1950s, when explorers ventured deeper into the caves and found chambers filled with sparkling calcite formations. The landowners at the time, the Mayfield family, realized the caves were a natural treasure and worked to preserve them. In 1960, they opened the Caverns of Sonora to the public, allowing visitors to experience their unique beauty firsthand. What makes the Caverns of Sonora stand out from other caves is their unparalleled collection of helictites. These fragile, twisting formations seem to grow against the laws of physics, forming spirals, loops, and curls that look like they belong in a fantasy world. The cavern's butterfly, one of the most famous formations, is a helictite that resembles a delicate butterfly with outstretched wings. It became a symbol of the caves and a favorite among visitors and photographers. However, the beauty of the cavern's butterfly and other formations has been marred by human carelessness. In the early days of cave exploration, before strict conservation rules were in place, many visitors unknowingly damaged these fragile formations. Some broke off pieces as souvenirs, while others accidentally brushed against them, causing irreparable harm. The cavern's butterfly itself was significantly damaged over time, losing some of its original splendor. Today, the Caverns of Sonora are a prime example of the importance of cave conservation. Strict rules are now enforced to protect the remaining formations. Visitors must follow guided tours and avoid touching any surfaces to ensure that the cave's delicate ecosystem is preserved for future generations. The damage to formations like the cavern's butterfly serves as a reminder of how fragile these natural wonders are and why they must be treated with respect. And now, let's move on to the next hidden gem on our list. Number 7. Papacatl Volcano. Just south of the U.S. border, in central Mexico, towers one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world, Papacatl. It rises over 17,000 feet and remains highly active, with eruptions recorded dozens of times in recent decades. When it erupts, the ash clouds can climb miles into the sky and affect everything downwind, including Texas. Papacatl isn't just a local threat for Mexico. It sits less than 800 miles from the Texas border. That might sound distant, but when this volcano erupts, it can send fine volcanic ash drifting northward within hours. Depending on the strength and wind patterns, southern Texas could find itself blanketed in ash almost overnight. Volcanic ash is more dangerous than it looks. It's not soft like fireplace dust. It's filled with sharp, microscopic particles of rock and glass. These particles can clog engines, grind down machinery, and contaminate water supplies. Breathing in ash over time can damage lungs and trigger health problems, especially for people with asthma or heart conditions. In past eruptions, ash from Popocatépetl has disrupted air travel across Mexico. Airports shut down, flights were grounded. If the right eruption occurs, Texas airspace could be affected as well. Cities like Laredo, McAllen, and even San Antonio could experience poor visibility, flight delays, or ashfall that coats roads and rooftops. Texas is no stranger to natural disasters. From hurricanes to wildfires to massive hailstorms, Texans have weathered it all. But a volcanic threat from another country isn't something most people think about. It's quiet, it's distant, but it's real and growing. Popocatépetl is constantly monitored by scientists in Mexico and abroad. Pressure builds within its magma chamber over time. Some eruptions are small, but others have been violent, even catastrophic. A major eruption today would threaten millions of people near the volcano and could have ripple effects across the entire southern U.S. The volcano's activity is increasing. In late 2024, it sent a major column of ash more than 20,000 feet into the sky. And every few months, it erupts again. The growing population near its base means more lives at risk and more infrastructure that could be lost in a larger event. As global warming continues to shift climate patterns, extreme weather and seismic activity are being studied together more closely. Some researchers believe that climate-driven changes in rainfall and groundwater could influence volcanic activity over time. That means Popocatépetl might become even more active in the years ahead. Texans are strong, prepared, and always alert to danger, but this particular threat travels quietly on the wind. If a powerful eruption happens, it won't respect borders. It will move fast, and it will demand a coordinated response. Have you ever considered how a volcano in Mexico could affect your daily life in Texas? What would you do if ash began falling across your city? Tell us in the comments below. And let's talk about how Texans face the unexpected. Number 6. Mysterious underground find. What if your backyard was hiding a secret so incredible it could change everything? That's exactly what happened to Denise Schubert and her husband in Central Texas. When they purchased their property back in 2004, they noticed something unusual. A small hole in the ground gave off a steady flow of air, strong enough to make the weeds dance. For years, it was just a strange feature, curious, but harmless. Then in 2022, they decided to investigate. With help from archaeologists and local students, the couple began to dig. What they found beneath their backyard wasn't just a hole, it was the entrance to an Edwards Aquifer cave system, complete with winding passages and multiple chambers. The deeper they explored, the more impressive the cave became. One room alone measured more than 28 by 30 feet, and others were even larger. The Schuberts were amazed. What started as a weekend curiosity had become a stunning natural wonder. They dedicated time and energy to preserving the cave, treating it not just as a discovery, but as something to be respected. Denise even began giving personal tours to those curious enough to see it, and they weren't the only ones fascinated. Their property, now listed for sale, quickly gained attention. Realtor Lori Largan described the home as like having your own natural bridge caverns in your backyard. It was an irresistible idea, living above a hidden world. Soon, interest from buyers flooded in, with the property listed at $875,000. And yes, the sale is now pending. But the story of this cave is far from over. It's part of something much bigger, the vast network of caves that run beneath Texas. In fact, Texas is home to more than 3,000 documented caves, with hundreds more still undiscovered. Most of them formed over millions of years, as water carved its way through layers of limestone deep underground. Why does Texas have so many caves? The answer lies in its geology. Central Texas sits atop the Edwards Plateau, a massive region made mostly of porous limestone. Rainwater seeps in through cracks, slowly dissolving the rock and forming underground passageways. Over time, these channels widen and become full-scale caves. Some of the most famous include Natural Bridge Caverns, Inner Space Cavern, and Cave Without a Name. These attractions draw thousands of visitors each year, offering a glimpse into the hidden world beneath our feet. But stories like the Schuberts remind us that some of the most amazing caves aren't on any map. They're waiting quietly beneath ordinary homes. Texans have long shown deep respect for the natural world. From ranchers to researchers, they understand the land and protect what lies beneath it. Discoveries like this one are a testament to their curiosity, care, and connection to the earth. Now we want to hear from you. Would you buy a home with a hidden cave beneath it? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to check out more hidden discoveries right here on our channel. Number 5. Longhorn Cavern System. Deep beneath the hills of Central Texas lies a strange and beautiful underworld. The Longhorn Cavern System stretches like a maze through ancient limestone, carved out over millions of years by underground rivers. From above, it's just a quiet patch of land in Burnett County, but below, it's a network of twisting tunnels, massive chambers, and fragile rock formations. This cave system has always fascinated Texans. Native tribes once used it for shelter. Outlaws are said to have hidden there. Even during World War II, the site was prepared as a potential emergency bunker. Today, it draws visitors from around the country. People come to walk its paths, admire the stone walls, and feel the cool air that never changes. But while Longhorn Cavern is a natural wonder, it also carries a hidden danger. The soft limestone that forms its walls can be unpredictable. These underground voids weaken the surface above. In the wrong conditions, that surface can collapse suddenly and without warning. Roads, homes, and entire neighborhoods could one day be at risk. The threat isn't science fiction. Across Texas, similar cave systems have caused sinkholes and collapses. These formations are part of a larger network of karst terrain stretching across the hill country. Rainwater seeps into cracks, slowly expanding them. Over time, the land becomes hollow. When it can't support its own weight, the ground gives way. What makes the Longhorn Cavern System especially concerning is its size and depth. It's more than a scenic destination. It's a reminder of the hidden forces shaping the land beneath us. And with more people moving into Central Texas every year, development continues to push toward these fragile zones. Still, Texans are used to living with uncertainty. From hurricanes on the coast to droughts in the plains, this state has always demanded toughness. We build, rebuild, and stand tall, no matter what the earth throws at us. The Longhorn Caverns may be a quiet threat, but they haven't gone unnoticed. Engineers monitor the region. Conservationists work to preserve it. But nature has a mind of its own. A single heavy rain, a shift in the water table, or unchecked construction could trigger something unexpected. What lies beneath may be silent today, but it's never truly still. That's the paradox of Texas. It's full of strength and beauty, but always on the edge of something bigger. And it's up to Texans to stay prepared, informed, and proud of what this land holds. Want to help us grow? Share our new video on X. Every share counts. Number 4. Jacob's Well. In the heart of the Texas Hill Country lies one of the most mysterious and beautiful natural wonders in the state. Jacob's Well, located near the town of Wimberley, has fascinated explorers, swimmers, and scientists for generations. This crystal-clear spring has been flowing for thousands of years, but its story is anything but simple. Jacob's Well is the entrance to an elaborate underwater cave system. From the surface, it looks like a small, calm pool. But beneath the opening lies a deep vertical shaft that stretches over 100 feet down, with tunnels that twist and turn into the dark limestone below. It's one of the longest underwater cave systems in Texas, and divers from around the world have come here to explore it. The well was first officially documented in the mid-19th century. Early settlers were amazed to find a seemingly bottomless spring in the middle of the dry Texas landscape. For the local community, it quickly became a place of legend, adventure, and sometimes danger. Over the years, Jacob's Well gained a reputation as both a stunning natural sight and a perilous diving location. Several divers lost their lives attempting to navigate its narrow underwater passageways. The deeper you go, the tighter the spaces become. Even experienced cave divers admitted that Jacob's Well was one of the most challenging and unforgiving underwater environments they had ever faced. Because of these tragic incidents, strict safety measures were put in place. Today, cave diving at Jacob's Well is only allowed with special permits and professional supervision. Casual visitors can no longer dive into its depths, but the well remains open for swimming during certain seasons, offering a refreshing experience in the heat of the Texas summer. In recent years, however, Jacob's Well has faced a new kind of threat. Periods of drought and overuse of groundwater have caused the spring to slow and, at times, stop flowing altogether. Climate change and increased demand on the aquifer have made the well's future uncertain. Scientists and conservationists are now working hard to protect this fragile ecosystem before it's too late. Texans take great pride in Jacob's Well, not just for its beauty, but for what it represents. It's a reminder of the state's wild spirit, its natural power, and the delicate balance between human life and nature. Local efforts to preserve the well include restricting water usage, raising awareness, and educating future generations about conservation. Visitors today can enjoy hiking trails, educational exhibits, and scenic views around the Jacob's Well natural area. While swimming is sometimes paused to protect the spring, the site remains a powerful symbol of Texas's natural heritage. It's a place where science, mystery, and history all meet beneath the surface. Now we'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever visited Jacob's Well, or would you like to see it one day? What do you think Texas should do to protect its precious natural landmarks like this one? Share your opinion in the comments. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Number 3. Longhorn Caverns. Did you know that one of Texas's wildest Prohibition-era nightclubs was located deep underground? Imagine jazz music echoing through vast stone chambers, flapper girls dancing under dim lantern light, and bootleggers sneaking drinks in the cool shadows of a cave. This is just one of the many incredible stories behind Longhorn Cavern, a place where nature and history collide in the most unexpected ways. Longhorn Cavern wasn't always filled with music and revelry. Millions of years ago, this incredible cave was carved by an ancient underground river, which slowly sculpted its smooth walls, towering columns, and flowing stone draperies. Unlike typical caves formed by dripping water, Longhorn Cavern owes its unique beauty to this ancient waterway. For centuries, the cave remained hidden, a secret of the Texas Hill Country, until people began discovering its wonders and its potential. By the late 1920s, the cavern's story took a wild turn. In the midst of Prohibition, when alcohol was outlawed across the United States, Longhorn Cavern became an underground hotspot, literally. Locals transformed it into a secret nightclub, hosting raucous parties that could rival the best speakeasies of New York. Jazz bands performed live, the cavern's natural acoustics amplifying their music as couples danced the Charleston on the cool stone floor. Drinks flowed freely, despite the law, and the cavern earned a reputation as the wildest party venue no one could openly talk about. But the nightclub wasn't just about glamour, it also had a hint of danger. Bootleggers used the cavern's remote location to evade authorities, and whispers of illegal gambling added an air of mystery. Those who descended into Longhorn Cavern were stepping into a world that felt both forbidden and thrilling. After Prohibition ended, the wild parties came to an end, but the cavern's story was far from over. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, the Civilian Conservation Corps turned their attention to the site. They excavated debris, built trails, and created stone structures that are still part of Longhorn Cavern State Park today. Thanks to their work, the cavern was transformed into a place of education and exploration, preserving its natural and historical significance for future generations. Today, visitors to Longhorn Cavern can step back in time as they wander through its chambers. The guided tours not only highlight the cave's stunning geological features, but also bring its vibrant history to life. You can imagine the jazz-filled nights of the 1920s, see the marks left by Confederate soldiers mining bat guano during the Civil War, and marvel at the ancient forces of nature that shaped this extraordinary place. Longhorn Cavern isn't just a cave, it's a living time capsule. From its ancient river origins to its rebellious speakeasy days and its modern role as a preserved landmark, this Texas treasure offers a glimpse into a world where history, nature, and human creativity come together in the most surprising ways. Tell us in the comments, have you ever visited a cave like this? Number 2. The Houston Museum of Natural Science. The Houston Museum of Natural Science is more than just a museum. It's a place where science, history, and curiosity converge to ignite the imagination. Founded in 1909, the museum began as a humble institution aimed at fostering interest in the natural sciences. Over the years, it has grown into one of the most visited museums in the United States, drawing over 2 million visitors annually. Its mission has always been to educate and inspire. And with its incredible array of exhibits, it accomplishes just that. One of the museum's crown jewels is its Paleontology Hall, which houses an impressive collection of dinosaur skeletons. Stepping into this hall feels like stepping back in time to an era when giants roamed the earth. The towering Tyrannosaurus Rex and the massive Triceratops are sure to capture the awe of any visitor, reminding us of the ancient forces that shaped our planet. But it's not just about dinosaurs. The exhibits span the entire spectrum of life, showcasing everything from early sea creatures to Ice Age mammals. Another must-see is the Hall of Gems and Minerals, a dazzling display of nature's most beautiful creations. Sparkling gemstones, some larger than life, offer a peek into the Earth's underground treasures. The brilliant colors and intricate formations of these stones are breathtaking, offering not only beauty, but a deeper understanding of geology and the processes that shape our planet. For visitors with a love of nature and its hidden wonders, this hall is a mesmerizing stop. The Cockrell Butterfly Center is another highlight, especially for those who appreciate the gentler side of the natural world. Walking through the tropical rainforest environment, visitors are surrounded by fluttering butterflies from around the globe, each more colorful and delicate than the last. It's a serene experience, allowing you to enjoy the quiet beauty of nature up close. One of the museum's most significant features is its cutting-edge planetarium, where you can travel to the farthest reaches of the cosmos without leaving your seat. The Burke-Baker Planetarium offers breathtaking shows that explore the stars, planets, and galaxies, making astronomy come alive. For anyone who's ever looked up at the night sky in wonder, this is an experience not to be missed. Over the years, the Houston Museum of Natural Science has also earned a reputation for its blockbuster special exhibitions, which bring world-famous artifacts and cutting-edge science to Houston. From Egyptian mummies to ancient Mayan artifacts, the museum consistently brings fascinating cultures and historical moments to life, making each visit feel like a new adventure. Houston, we have a problem. We love this city so much that we decided to tell you more about it in the next fact. Number 1. Wink Sinkholes. In the wide flat plains of West Texas, two enormous holes in the ground sit near the quiet town of Wink. From above, they look like lakes or craters, but they weren't formed by nature alone. These are the Wink sinkholes, massive, growing voids in the earth that threaten everything around them. The first sinkhole opened in 1980. It swallowed nearly 2 acres of land. Just a few hundred yards away, a second sinkhole appeared in 2002. That one grew even faster, stretching more than 900 feet across. Scientists have studied both for years, and they've made one thing clear: the ground around them is unstable and could collapse again at any time. The sinkholes were caused by decades of oil drilling and underground water removal. As the oil and water were pumped out, empty spaces were left behind. Without support, the land above began to sag. Eventually, it gave way, forming the massive cavities we see today. Texas leads the nation in energy production. It's part of what makes the state strong and independent. But that same success comes with risks. The land in oil-producing regions is often layered with salt and soft rock. When those layers are disturbed, collapse becomes possible, not just near Wink, but in other parts of the Permian Basin. The Wink sinkholes are still active. Satellite images show the land around them shifting year after year. Cracks have formed in nearby roads. Buildings have been abandoned. Residents are careful where they build. Experts warn that more sinkholes could open nearby, maybe tomorrow, maybe years from now. What makes this situation especially dangerous is how unpredictable it is. The ground may appear stable, but beneath the surface, it could be hollow. A collapse could come without warning. It could destroy pipelines, highways, or even small towns. The area is remote, but the threat is very real. Texans have always been resourceful. People in Wink and the surrounding areas are proud of their roots. They've built lives in tough conditions and adapted to the challenges of the land. But even the strongest communities can't ignore the power of geology. Nature will always find a way to balance what we disturb. There's no easy fix for the Wink sinkholes. Filling them would take millions of tons of material. Evacuating the region would disrupt lives and economies. For now, the best option is constant monitoring and preparation for whatever comes next. This is the price of energy. It's part of the story of Texas: bold, hardworking, and unafraid to take on big challenges. But the land remembers what's been taken from it. And every year, the ground near Wink reminds us just how fragile the surface really is. Have you ever driven through West Texas and wondered what lies beneath your tires? Do you think more can be done to stop the next collapse before it happens? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.